Okay, so in this example, we're going to combine whatever you have learned so far and answer a simple question. Okay, so by now you should know that the equation of a line is like a formula that gives you the x and y coordinates. So for this question, the equation that is given to us is this. And by now you should know how to fill up a table. So in case you forgot, let me just remind you. So for example, here x is 0. So you put in x equal to 0. So you can punch calculator. What's your y coordinate? Okay, and then x is equal to 4. So again, you change out the x. You change out the x to 4. So you'll be half times 4. 4 minus half times 4. Okay, you punch calculator, it will give you a 2. And then same thing happened here, x equal to 8. You change a number to 8, and then you punch calculator. You realize that it will give you a 0. So all these actually forms the coordinate. It forms a coordinate for you to draw a straight line. Okay, so all these actually forms the coordinate for you to draw the straight line. Okay, so after you fill up the table, you make sure you plan for your x-axis and plan for your y-axis so that you have enough. So in this question, the question already say that make sure your x is sufficient from 0 to 8. And you got to make sure that your y is sufficient from 0 to 4. So you must make sure you got the correct scale so that you got enough. Okay, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm trying to draw to make sure there is enough first. So make sure you plan. Okay, so if the counting doesn't work, then you got to redraw. So here I'm using 5 square. 5 square is 1 unit. So it's like 1 centimeter, 1 unit. So every 5 square will be 1 unit. So I make sure that it's enough from 0 to 8. As for the y-axis, I need to make sure that it's enough for 0 to 4. So I can be a bit more generous. I can use 10 square. So 10 square is 2 centimeter. So every 2 centimeter, every 10 square is 1 unit. So you must always plan out your x-axis and y-axis so that you ensure that all the points is sufficient to draw. So in this case, this is a 0, 4. So 0, 4 is here. This one will be a 4, 2. 4, 2. By now, you should be quite good to plot. And 8, 0 will be here. So if nothing goes wrong, you should be able to get a straight line. So when you get the straight line, do not forget to label the name. So you must label the name of the straight line. So any line that's on the graph, it should come with a name. It's just that any person, everyone has a name that you call them. Okay, after that, okay, we need to answer the question. So let's look at part C. Draw the straight line y equal to 1. Some students will be like, how do I draw that? So you need to recognize which category is this straight line. So this is a horizontal line. Horizontal line has no gradient. So it's a horizontal line that cuts at 1. So draw the horizontal line, give the name. And then the question say, write down the coordinate of the intersection. So what do we mean by intersection? That means it's like the meeting point. The two lines will have a meeting, will have a meeting point. They meet up at a certain point. So where is the point that they meet up? The blue line and the red line, they will meet up at one point. So this is at one point. So what is this coordinate? So if they ask you for the coordinate, you must always be in a bracket, XY format. So look at the coordinate. It will be a 6, 1. So you add in the horizontal line as told by the question. Recognize that it's a horizontal line and add in. And then you answer the question accordingly. Okay, so this one will be, sometimes it will be quite possible. They can ask you to add a horizontal line or they can ask you to add a vertical line. Then you just follow the instruction.